Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury. ArchieLuxury from the ArchieLuxury channel, the Paul Pluta channel, and ArchieLuxury corporate. Guys, keep watching. Keep watching. I need the viewers. I need the viewers. I need the subs. I need it. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Tell your friends, whether you like them or hate them. Just tell them anyhow. ArchieLuxury on YouTube. Hey guys, it's your pontiff, Archibald Chesterfield III, AC3. What am I doing today? Paid reviews. Paid reviews. This is paid review 20 SE85. And this is for Anthony. Before we do this review, let's do a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Patek 5196. This is the J Yellow Gold Calatrava. Absolutely love that watch. Herman So's shirt. Okay, let's jump straight in here. Hello, Arch. Love the channel. I've been watching for a few years and have found it very entertaining. I sent you funds via PayPal for a watch recommendation. I'm a 35-year-old business marketing professional and live in the US. Like many others, I started out in my watch adventures buying lower quality watches. Going for quantity over quality. Over the last few years, I've become interested in luxury timepieces. Early in 2020, I bought my first quality watch, a Tudor Black Bay Burgundy. I learned of these watches from your channel and bought on your recommendations. I got a pre-owned ETA version as I prefer the slimmer profile and smiley text on the dial. This watch is incredible and I wear it nearly every day. The Tudor is great, but I really wanted a Rolex. What I really wanted was a Rolex. At the time, I couldn't swing the higher funds for the Rolex and figured the Tudor is a great option to get me started in luxury watches. However, with a recent promotion and a few good commission checks, I decided it's time to finally purchase a Rolex. Obviously, I'm looking at pre-owned, as new from AD is impossible to get. This is where I need your help. Right now, I'm looking at this being a one-and-done purchase, as I am trying to avoid collecting Rolexes. I figure I could eventually complete a three-piece meal deal, Tudor, Rolex, Omega, but I also want my Rolex to be one and only for right now and sell the Tudor. Still unsure here, anything could happen. The Rolexes I'm looking at are the stainless steel Submarine, most likely the pre-ceramic for the classic look as well as the cost difference. Explorer 2 Polar 40mm, as I prefer the red hand over the orange. Two-tone black Submariner, pre-ceramic, or a Yachtmaster. I included an image attached for reference. Like I said, I'm in business management and sales. I do have client meetings and presentations, but it is almost always business casual. I figured the watch would be a great to wear for work, but also around town. I want to stay around the $10,000 US mark or less. I like the Sub and the Explorer 2 as they have the classic understated look. I also like the option to get the Holes case because I think these watches look great on a NATO. From what I read, it is difficult to switch out the band without the Holes case. Do you have any experience here? I would like to switch up the bands often and change the look of the watch and keep it fresh. I like how these would be perfect for everyday wear. These two watches are pretty much in the same price range, $7.5 to $9.5 of these two options for the same, around the same price. Which one is superior? And which would you recommend? Are there any specific variations I should stay away from? Then on the flashy side, I'm considering a pre-ceramic two-tone Sub Black and a classic Yachtmaster. I like the two-tone look and think it is making a comeback. I'm a fan of gold in general. I invest in it and think prices, demand of precious metals will continue to rise in the future. What are your thoughts on this? What do you prefer? Are they too overbearing for business casual and a guy in his 30s? The prices for these are slightly higher than the stainless steel, but not by much, maybe $8.5 to $10.5. Do you see bang per buck to be a higher on these Compared to the stainless steel, I feel one of these would be a nice way to round out a 3-piece meal deal. What are your overall thoughts? How would you rank these watches? Any insight helps. As I am trying to make a decision and purchase at the start of 2021, I'd also love to hear the thoughts of your viewers. Thanks, I appreciate you taking the time to make a Rolex recommendation. I can't wait to get one on my wrist. Your Pateks are awesome, but the Pontiff needs a Rolex. Keep up the good work. I enjoy the vids. Okie dokie. So there we go there. This is the way it's done there. He's come back and said to me, if that wasn't enough, he comes back a couple days later. Hey, Arch, quick follow-up in this. I would also like to hear your thoughts on which of these Rolex have the most room to grow as an investment piece. Also, most likely over time, I would want a second Rolex. What would be a good pair of Rolexes? Not necessarily from the 4 models I highlighted. Thanks again, Tony. Okay, Tony. My advice to you, I tell you what I would say. I would really say if you want a one-and-done Rolex, I would go with the new clasp. I think the best buy at the moment would be the Rolex Explorer 2 42 mil. It's got the improved clasp. It's selling for a little bit over retail, and I think that has got the best potential. That's correct. Look, as far as those watches go, man, Jesus Christ, you really savor every dollar, man. You got to be a bit more free. My advice to you, man, seriously, man, this is the thing. If you are not financially comfortable enough to buy a proper man's watch, don't do it, man. Stay with the Tudor. Man, you're putting so much pressure on this decision. Man, what the hell is your problem? You're 35 years old. I gotta tell you, man, you're just really whiny. You know that? Really whiny. Stainless steel subs, I gotta be honest with you. You're gonna get pre-ceramic. They're gonna be old and rattly. Explorer 2, man, I don't care you prefer the red over the orange. I'm the Pontiff, and I tell you what to do. I think you get the 42. Bigger size. It's got the improved bracelet. I think it's a better watch. Two-tone sub Mariner with the black. Man, I gotta be honest with you. You're gonna get old, rattly ones, no papers, a little bit, you know, just old, and they tend to get a bit of stretch in the bracelets. I think for you, seriously, if it was me, one and done, I would get a newish, I'd get a David SW, get myself an Explorer 2. Why do I say that? Because it's going to be fairly modern. It's got the new clasp, and that'd be a great way to go. Now, if I were you, I would keep the Tudor. Why the hell do you have to sell the Tudor? Man, and I tell you why, because you're broke. You got no money. Okay, I understand that. I'm broke myself. But man, I would say to you, keep the Tudor. The Tudor's a nice watch. You shouldn't sell your watch to get your next one. I mean, that's, in most cases, it's pretty dumb. Keep the Tudor, add the Rolex, and if you have to wait a bit longer, wait. The other thing is, put it on a credit card. You know, that's what I would do. Put it on a credit card. That's what, man, come on, man. You're 35 years old. Harden the fike up, okay? Get rid of some of this gold. Gold's going to tank. Gold's going to tank. You know, in times of need, the government seizes all your gold anyhow. It happened before under Roosevelt. It happened under Roosevelt. They seized all the gold that was out there. So let me tell you this, okay? Seriously, man. This is a hobby. This is where you have fun in the hobby. You buy a watch that you like. Buying any Rolex is pretty damn safe. Steel Sports is probably the best piece to go with. It's stronger, it's more rugged and good wearing. Personally, if I were you, I'd get myself an Explorer 2, 42 mil, and be done. Black or white, polar or black. I'd probably go black because they're a wee bit cheaper. And I like to go against the herd. Now, as for you, man, I don't understand this. The way you ask this question, you're making it sound like you're spending $1 million. You're buying one crummy damn Rolex. Come on, man. You make it sound like this is the decision of your life. Man, you probably got more negative equity in that Chevy Malibu you're driving around than in this watch. Come on, it's a watch. If you're not comfortable to get it, don't get it. Don't get it, man. But man, you're just putting so much pressure, man. This is ridiculous. I got to be totally honest with you. You want to know what's the best investment piece? Man, this is a hobby. Okay, this is a hobby to have fun. Enjoy your watches. Investment piece. Man. I'd put it into you. The best investment advice I can give you is pay your damn credit cards off. Pay your car off. Don't have a fleece. And have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months. If you're on commissions, man, I think you might be living by paycheck to paycheck and you're living by the seat of your ass. Man, that's not the way to live life, okay? You've got to, the best investment advice I can give you is pay off your credit cards and consumer debt. Okay, that's best investment advice. Man, this is supposed to be a fun hobby. It's not supposed to be an investment tool. Do you understand that? You sound like, I got to be totally honest with you, you sound like you can't afford to buy it, okay? I'm sorry, Anthony, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be meanie. I'm not trying to be nasty. But man, you make it sound like this is the biggest financial decision you'll ever make, man. Come on, you shouldn't be doing this. You take a punt. You like these watches. You buy a couple. Hey man, it's all good. You shouldn't have to trade in the Tudor because you got absolutely no money. Maybe you shouldn't be buying luxury watches, okay? Just pay off your cards. Man, I don't know how fast you're living. I don't know what the hell. I don't know where you fight things up, but it doesn't sound good. The best investment, pay your cards off, pay your fleece off, and have a bit of an emergency fund. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Man, that's not the way to do things. I got to be totally honest with you. Best advice, I'd get a newish one and done. I think there's some other good options would be, I reckon you want to get just a nice, simple type of Steel Sports Rolex. The Milgauss could be a great way to go. Check out David S.W. The Explorer 1, 39 mil. Don't go for the girl size 36. That's too small. Maybe the Air King, the new Air King 40 mil. That'd be a great way to go. Just get one simple Steel Sports Rolex and be done. As far as investment potential goes, man, if money is that tight, don't buy luxury watches. This is an expensive hobby. It's an expensive game. If you've got to sell the Tudor to be fake, man, what the hell did you do wrong in your life? What did you do wrong in your life? You're 35 years old. You're not a baby, for God's sake. You're a marketing professional. Well, professional means you don't have to sell out your Rolex, your Tudor, to pay for the... I mean, that's just so amateur hour, okay? I'm just telling you, man, I don't really see the vibe. I just get the feeling you can't really afford it. Don't buy luxury watches if you are that short of money. Luxury watches are for wealthy individuals. They're not for people who are struggling to pay. You know, man, I don't like how you ask these questions, man. You say, I'd like to hear your thoughts on which of these Rolexes have the most room to grow as an investment. Man, I gotta be honest with you, pay off your fucking credit card. Pay off that stupid car in the driveway. That's what I would do. You want some investment advice? Get rid of your consumer debt. You shouldn't be putting money into watches if you can't afford it. Fucking hell. Man. So I've kind of told you what to do. I don't honestly get a good feeling. You're 35 years old. You're not a bloody kid. You got to man up and just buy a Rolex. And wouldn't that be a great pair? A Tudor and Tudor diver, Tudor sub, Tudor Black Bay as your sub diver, and a Explorer 2 40 to be beautiful, beautiful pair. But no, you gotta sell the Tudor to be up. Man, what the fucking hell are you doing wrong in your life? What the hell has gone wrong in your life? What the hell has gone wrong in your life? Why the fuck can't you afford to get a Rolex? You're 35 years old. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? These questions here, dumb. Watches aren't an investment. They're for pleasure, okay? If it happens that they go up, well, that's great. If they don't, it's a hobby, okay? Man, the best investment advice to you is pay your credit cards off. That's what I would do. Fucking hell, you're 35 years old, man. Man, come on. I just get a bad feeling on the vibe isn't working for me, man. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to have a go at you, but for you, I'd get an Explorer 2 42 mil. And you're telling me I don't like the red, I don't like the orange, I like the red. Man, listen to me. I'm the pontiff. Do you know why I earn the big bucks? Do you know why I earn the big bucks? Because I know what's going to happen to prices in the future. I know what's going to be hot. I know what's going to be a dog. And you should listen to me. You've asked me the advice. I've given you the advice. You take it, you leave it. I don't care. I've given you the advice. And man, come on. Come on, just be positive. Get out there and seriously, man, if your money's that tight, don't buy luxury watches. Pay your credit card off, man. And don't sell the Tudor. That's just, that's so low rent. So low rent to have to sell the Tudor because you can't afford. Man, don't buy the right. If money's that tight, don't buy nothing. Don't buy nothing. Take up another hobby. Porn is cheaper. Porn. You could do porn. You could do, what else could you do? You could do sports. Americans like sports. That's probably a cheaper hobby to have. Guys, this is your pontiff. I've given the advice. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some negative comments below. Tell me what you think, guys. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I out of my mind? I'm your pontiff. Tell me what you think. Please, guys, I can't survive on Google Ads alone. Can't survive on Super Chats. I need these paid reviews to keep me on the tubes. Without these paid reviews, I would sink. Please get a paid review done. I'm your pontiff, and I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.